Please welcome Greg Simoneau.
Thanks to the local scene and PAC TV for having me, and thanks to Dan in the control booth. Let's go. Good to see you, Dan. Whew. I wish I could have teleported here. The traffic's crazy in downtown Plymouth. Thanks for letting me out, you jerks. So this is the Carl Pratt Theater. Carl Pratt, Plymouth legend. And if you add up all my shows, it's only 1/20th of the content Carl did. So Carl Pratt. Just a little, it's an atrocity that not every show doesn't mention Carl Pratt. Sorry. Getting political right off the bat. So I noticed a lot of women joggers out there, and they're pushing the baby carriage as they're going, My cousin did this. And sometimes the baby can act like a little tour guide, like, oh, car, tree, stalker, I'm just kidding. The baby didn't see me. No. And so they're using the carriage as weights. I get it. What do they run out of weights? And if they want to increase the weights, they just have to feed the baby more. No. Right? So in essence, they're gaining baby weight to lose baby weight. I see how that works. And sometimes in my neighborhood, when you're out for a jog, the ice cream man will go by, right? You know how hard it is to lick and run at the same time? No. Especially when you're chasing somebody, it's not easy. And what is he doing out so late? Past dusk? It's hard to flag him down when I'm wearing all black, Doesn't see me. Note to self, punch ice cream man in the face when he comes home for dinner. But some of these people running, they're getting so thin, You can hardly feel them when you run them over, these thin joggers. Sometimes I'm like, what was that, a marble? Did I just run over a little short stack of books? What happened there? I don't know. Oh, wait, it was Janet. Keep going. I would just like to tell some of the joggers, you're done, okay? It's enough jogging. You're done. You go home and gain some more weight, You're beautiful like you are, and I think they would really appreciate me saying that. They need to be told that from time to time, and I'm sure they'd love to hear it if they were still alive. Sometimes when they're jogging, they'll get real thin, They'll just keep jogging, and they'll jog, and they'll turn right into a ghost. Sometimes, it's rare, but they'll just turn right into a ghost as they run. And scientists call it water vapor, but I know what it is, really. It's a ghost. You ran yourself to death right into ghost form. Is that not coming across? Across the... And then when they show up in hell, where all joggers go, the devil's like, oh, hi, how are you? And like, good, I was a runner in real life. Yeah, I like to run. So the devil will set up something where, like, you just have to sit for eternity. That's it. That's your personal hell. It's good to be here, PCIS. Thanks. And because this is at the intermediate school, you would think it would be PG-13, but it's not. It's funny how that works. I know I've seen some joggers, they keep running, and they run so much, a bear wouldn't even eat them, I'm like, eh? And he's like, nope, I've made that mistake before. Meat's too tough that close to the bone. I asked a bear one time. Sometimes they're running and they look like when I overcook chicken, very like, geez. And sometimes when I see a jogger, I'm like, oh, I got to stop by KFC on the way home. Sometimes when you get a little older and you're a jogger, it kind of shows, and you look like that chicken wing no one wants to touch at a restaurant. You know, the last one in the basket? Looks like there might be spiders living in it. I don't know what's going on there. The skin looks like it's clinging to the bone with cobwebs. I don't know. What happened there? Freezer burn? Oh. But I don't run anymore. The most I ever do is maybe when in my video game when I press speed and he starts running and then I get him to stop. I'm like, that took a lot out of me just to see him run across the screen. There's a little speed burst there. I don't know. But once a year, I do get the inclination to run. Yeah, one day a year usually happens. Usually on Black Friday to get those deals, right? The deals aren't even really there anymore. But I do get the inclination to run when I see my sister-in-law. Hey, oh. And I also get the inclination to run when I see my brother's mother-in-law. Yikes! Ooh, animal instincts kick in right there. See ya. Whoa. Go ahead. Call the pound on me. I'm gone. A lot of people, they'll run from dogs, and you're not supposed to do this. You know what I mean? Turn and face the dog. That's what they teach you. I wouldn't run from a dog. I'd run from a wolf, though. That's for sure. He scares me enough. And sometimes people say, you staged that. Yeah, I am some people think I'm the boy who cried wolf. Have you seen the ads for the Wolf Lodge? They're popping up everywhere, and now they're running these ads. It's like a bad Teen Wolf remake. Wolf out. Wolf out. Wolf out. Yeah. Wolf out. Yeah, that's cool, right? To go to a lodge and be like, wolf out. I don't think that's going to catch on. I like to mention a few corporate sponsors in my act, Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it when I going on with Wolf Lodge. Wolf out. Actually, it's pretty cool. Actually, it's catching on. Wolf out. Does that look like a wolf? I don't know. This beard looks like a wolf. So don't worry about it. I mentioned corporate sponsors. Just let it go. You're at PCIS, Come on. We're having fun. We're having fun at the Carl Pratt Theater at PCIS. That's because when I go to a bar, I like to drink Pepsi. It's double-sided glass. Because I care. I don't want to get too drunk at a bar. I'll drink Pepsi, It's the choice of me when I go to a bar. Pepsi. I'm worried about my blood alcohol level. Not so much my sugar level, I'm worried about my BAC, not my A1C. The other day, someone said, Greg, do you deliver to a sandcastle? And I said, well, if they use the app, I kind of have to. But then when I get to the sandcastle, I say, oh, okay, you're going to have to eat the pizza inside the castle. That's the deal. And they're like, we didn't order any pizza. And I'm like, okay, stand still. Everybody get together. This is for my college hunks calendar. Stand right there. There we go. And depending on how much pizza they eat, it could be for my college chunks calendar. I like to shoot them both at once. Did you sign the release form? No? Okay. Don't worry about it. I'll pretty much deliver anywhere, a soccer game. Plymouth has a ton of soccer games. Hung jury, a certain level of Super Mario Brothers. I don't care. What's that level with where it's in the water? You know? Boop, 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 boop. It's just you're playing the game and you just see me as digitized form come into level 3. Like, here you go, Mario. Here's your pizza. We ran out of bacon, so you only got an 8 bacon bit pizza. I delivered a pizza to Raccoon Mario last week. Yeah, I just grabbed a pizza out of the trash and gave it to him. And then he ended up just shredding the box after he peed on it. So I don't know. I don't know if he enjoyed it. One guy in the back. Super Mario Brothers 3, my brother. But after enough deliveries to the castle, you know, me and Princess Peach kind of worked out a thing. You know, don't worry. I asked my wife. She didn't give me a hall pass for Princess Peach. She gave me a game pass. After a few dates, we were pretty comfortable with each other, you know. We took it to the next level, you know. We made love. That's right. And I enjoyed it, but Princess Peach didn't seem that enthused, you know. You ever leave the controller there and she just doesn't know what to do? She's like tapping her foot, checking her watch. I remember at one point she was like, "Are you still there? Hello?" It was kind of like that. So the next time we did it, I brought a turtle shell along, and I just kept kicking it into her. You know, she really liked that. She ended up giving me 100 free turns. And yeah, because it was funny because I kind of wasted that mushroom I ate. I was 3 times my size, my normal size. I remember I started to see stars after a while, but I don't know. A few other sounds came out I had never heard before. Yeah, but we ended up breaking up. I think she was a little too clingy with 100 turns. I think it was more like bread number of turns. I don't know. It was too many. But I would like to have like maybe a makeup date, you know, with her, you know, because I've just unlocked Raccoon Greg. I would like to see how that would play. I don't know. That one guy in the back go to the bathroom? I don't know. Did you like? No. Oh, he's back. So, Princess Peach, though, she still calls me. It's not really a call. It's just more like an ad for her new games out, you know. It's nice to hear from her. She still sends me pics, not nudes. It's more like just the cover of her new game that's coming out. Well, Peach has her own game. It's good to hear from you. Good to hear from you, you know. And one time I remember we were out. You think Bowser's bad in the movie? One time we were out. He called her 8 times. Kept leaving voice messages. We listened to one and it was like, "Hey, what are you guys up to? Are you guys still tripping on shrooms, huh?" He's always worried about that. He's always wondering if we're still tripping on shrooms. I don't know. But it was a good breakup, you know. It was mutual, you know. We both had our fun. She didn't like it when I called her a side quest to a Nintendo Power magazine, but other than that, I think we're on good terms. Kyle Pratt Theater, how you doing? I don't know. Oh, boy. I like to, live by that motto: eat, sleep, game, repeat. I'd like to live by that. Just not with my life. You know what I mean? I wish I had like another life to do that, and then this one just goes to work like a normal person, makes the money. It does that. This guy over here, though, I wouldn't mind if he spent 60 years eating, sleeping, gaming, and repeating, He could win all the games I don't have the time for. The sad thing about me is I have games that I still haven't opened them yet, I know 13-year-old me would probably punch me at myself, but I have games I haven't even opened yet, and that's just a goddamn sin. I can't live by that eat, sleep, game, repeat. I don't know where I'm going with that, but I just can't do it. So it was Shark Week, right? And we all know how I feel about sharks, right? So I know this is the Carl Pratt Theater. It's not PG-13, right? So I want to be able to say that I've sticked my peen in a shark's mouth. You know what I mean? I want to say that. SeaWorld thinks otherwise, but I want to be able to say that. And then you're like, okay, Greg. Yeah, that wouldn't work too well, right? Well, so the next thing is you probably have to go with a dead shark. You know what I mean? You're not going to go live into that thing. And also, I just want to be able to say it. And hear me out. I'm not going in hard. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you've heard about me, but that doesn't make a dead shark doesn't, do it for me, right? So I'm thinking some kind of cock ring and fish and pole experiment. I don't know, something like that. Maybe if we have the teeth removed, the marine. Yeah, this is where it gets fishy, right? This is the fishy portion of the show. The Oceanographic Institute, has told me not to do this, right? But maybe, maybe take a baby shark. I don't know. That was just I don't know. That's just. Don't do any of that. Don't do any of that. I want to mention what I've been seeing lately every day. Road eggs. Are you eating these? People put their eggs out on the side of the road for sale. Road eggs for $6 a dozen. For $6, I could go down to the strip club and go to Legs and Eggs. For $6, one of the nice dancers would roll an egg around my junk for $6. Your roadside eggs. And I'd probably only go 2 rotations, and then I'd, probably break my yoke. But that, what am I going to say? What am I saying here? Does anybody have any toast? You know what I mean? Like, get this toast in here. Yeah, but these roadside eggs, I'm like, are they targeting me? What do they think I'm poor? I have to buy my eggs off the side of the road just because I go down this woodsy road every day? They're targeting me. I can't buy my eggs at Walmart? I don't want to make change there either because, I leave a 10, I take back a 5. I don't want to be the guy who took $1 off these eggs. This poor farming family here in Plymouth. Oh. Those eggs don't have everything the store eggs have. Like a good rinsing. They don't have that. They don't have a normal carton. I don't know. What do I have to carry these eggs home? I don't know. What's going on there? What these eggs don't have as well is proper refrigeration. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Can you leave them on the side of the road? They have like a cooler. Is that sufficient? I don't know. At this point, I don't know if we're sufficing that. An interesting thing happened to me the other day. I was driving along, and a grasshopper landed on my leg. I'm wearing shorts now. It's hot out. He landed on the human skin part, right? Then I flicked him off. He went on the windowsill, and then I flicked him off the windowsill, and he landed and he grabbed onto a blade of grass like this. So his day went grass, 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 human skin, grass, grass. He's having a better day than me. Then I'm wondering, how many bugs, what is the percentage of a bug that touches human skin, right? I don't know. One in a million actually get to touch on human skin, you know? And if someone touches my human skin, it's probably not appropriate for the Carl Pratt Theater. Sorry, PCIS. But, you know, I'm like, oh, hey, what's going on here? And if I touch someone else's skin, I'm like, hey, sorry, right? And this bug, he jumped and landed on skin bigger than his whole body, maybe 10 times that. And this opportunity does not present itself for us humans now that Andre the Giant is dead. And maybe the closest thing we could get to that is maybe a bounce house. But that's not actually made out of human skin, at least not in my backyard. It's tough. That guy's back. Good to have you back. So I've been doing baseball card shows lately, and this is the thing. If you haven't been to a card show lately, this is what they do. You have your cards for sale. They take their phone out, and they say, well, the last one sold for $15, you know. Can you do anything on it, you know? And I was like, I wonder if this would work at maybe play at a restaurant, you know? How much is the tavern burger? It's $20. The last one sold for $15. Do you think you could do anything on the price there? Bring that card show mentality out. Maybe like you're at the strip club and they say, oh, do you want a massage for $30? $30, huh? The last one sold for $15. Can you do anything? And the nice lady dancer, she used to say, well, that was because that was my dad. He gets half off. He gets half off on that. And then maybe you could do this. You could go to like a steakhouse and be like, oh, how much is the tomahawk steak? Oh, it's $60. Oh, well, I see here in June, one sold for $45. Can you do anything on that? And the butcher would come out and say, that's because last month we got bison for half price because it was hit by car. I was on try it out at your favorite restaurant. Try that out. I was doing a delivery today, actually. And I said, I crept up, and the people were outside, and I said, oh, is that little dog in the yard? Is he loose? And the lady said, oh, don't worry about him. He only has one tooth. Oh, well, that's good. He calls it his bitey tooth. Oh, one tooth. That couldn't do much damage. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I guess one hole in my leg is better than 30 holes, right? I could sort of cover up the one hole. He only has one tooth. Don't worry about him. I'd rather him have no teeth, you know what I mean? Like maybe, I don't know, am I crazy? Maybe if he just maybe he'll be just gumming at my leg, you know? I don't know. What do you call that? I think we're back to the toothless shark stuff. No. So it's July. We want to date this performance here. It is July 2024. Tomorrow is the big family reunion, right? The weekend's here. Come on, people. You guys ready? Yeah, I don't know if I don't know who you are in your family. I guess I'm maybe the funny guy. I don't know. But I'm also, my dude right there. In my family, I'm also like the videotape guy. You know, when I was 8 years old, I used to have one of them big camcorders and bring it to weddings. You know, and then when I grew up, that led me into a life of porn. You know, no, just kidding. Just kidding. They kicked me out for giggling too much. I never got a lead role. They used my likeness just for the jacket cover. Just kidding. Yeah, I'm uncredited as a background extra in a couple of them. Don't look for me. Don't look for me. You'll know which one it is. It's the one with the sharks in the title. We don't have much time left here at the Carl Pratt Theater. It's been a real blast. Have you seen this Bounty commercial that's been going on lately? And I'll take you through it a little bit. It happens in two different commercials. They spill something, and then the liquid floats towards this like wedding cake, and the people on the wedding cake go, and they see the spill coming at them, and they start to brace for impact. Now, I don't know what universe this is from, but the people on my cakes, they don't move, you know? What is this extra little video trickery that Bounty is doing here? And the cake was the Chinese Asian couple when they were getting married. So this would mean that 50 years ago, they took 3 shots to make this motion cake. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on here? That's never explained. It's just they're like there to sell Bounty. Like, what universe is this? I don't know. And then another one is the guys, he's putting together some furniture from IKEA, and he's like, oh, it looks good. Well, what are those screws doing? And the table breaks, and here comes the liquid, and it's heading for the instructions, the little instruction manual. And the guy on the instruction manual goes, you know? Well, what universe is this where the instruction manual comes to life? Why are you using this trick on us, Bounty? Well, that's about all the time I have. Look for me in the Castle Delivery 2000. Princess Peach Has Rotted, and starring as Bowser, Kingston's own Chris Cooper. Thanks, good night.